Hey YouTubes, this is Tennessee Hillbilly in the Philippines. Hadn't made any videos in a long time, but just going to come here. It's January the 1st, 2021, and wish everybody a great, happy New Year's. I am coming from Magahan, Cavite. We had a wild, crazy night in our subdivision last night. Manila has a fireworks ban, but there wasn't no ban in our subdivision. They was fireworks going off like crazy, people in the streets. Our kids were banging pots and pans and blowing the car horn and having such a good time. Nobody got hurt. Hopefully nobody got the corona from the fireworks. So we just got back from Judas family's home over in Perez, which is a resettlement area for the squatters that was in Pasay. Her father was there visiting her grandchildren, which the grandchildren probably hadn't seen their Lolo in a few years now, but he come up from Pasay, rode a bus, had a wonderful time. And we went over and spent the last 2 or 3 hours this morning with them. That way our kids could enjoy it a little bit also. But anyway, things have been going pretty good here. We lost one of our friends, not from the COVID. He had stage 3 terminal kidney cancer. He was a seaman, and they retired him. Well, of course, you know, you have to pass a physical to work here, and he couldn't pass a physical, so he was automatically retired. No money, no insurance, and you know, he chose to not to go to the doctor, not to go to the hospital. He chose that other than giving his house to the doctors or the hospital. That way his family have a place to stay. That was his choice, and you know, he's a hell of a man for doing it, because he had lost all of his weight. His arms were about this big. He had more strength than I have. I don't know if it comes to that I can do it, but myself, I have good health insurance in America. If I get sick, I will go to America and see the doctors there. My personal physician in Tennessee, he's a Filipino, but he told me the last time I seen, he said, Richard, whatever you do, if you get sick over there, you come home. He says, them people are absolutely crazy when they see American come into the door. They, you know, and this is a Filipino doctor telling me that. He says they would rather treat your money than you. And you won't get no treatment. You'll end up dying. They'll take your home and your car and all the money that's available. So, you know, I'm going to take that as good advice. I have a extra cancer policy that I've been paying for years, that if I happen to get cancer and my Medicare and my union insurance doesn't cover something, I've got an extra little policy that I think it's probably $200,000-$300,000 worth of medicals treatment I can get. So something happens bad to Tennessee Smokey, Tennessee Hillbilly in the Philippines, he's going to go home. And but right now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm way overweight. All I'm doing is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you know, I can blame my wife all I want, but it's my fault. I could stop eating, quit drinking them beers, and I would probably lose this weight. But you know, 68 years old, and don't have too much I can do for enjoyment anymore. You know, because we're still under the COVID quarantine. We can pretty much go where we want to. Manila, from what I understand, is basically shut down. They have a, you know, they've got so many people still getting the COVID, but you know, you got to imagine, you know, so many people live in the city. They live in very tight places. One person gets sick, don't have the money to go to the doctor. He's going to stay home, and he's going to give it to hundreds of people. And, you know, I guess we're fortunate to live up here in Cavite in a nice, quiet subdivision. And, you know, we haven't heard of anybody catching the COVID up here. If they called it, maybe they've kept it quiet, but we thought we were going to get locked down for Christmas through through New Year's, but they didn't do it. They told us as we passed the test that our COVID was going down. People were wearing masks. They were wearing face shields. They were staying apart. They were washing their hands and being safe. So, this is what I've been telling my friends in America. And I swear, every time I make a post on Facebook about wearing a mask, some idiot comes up to me and says, "Oh, they can't do that to me. They can't tell me to wear a mask. That's taking my rights away." It may be taking your rights away, but you're saving somebody else's life if you're sick. There's a difference between taking rights away and spreading the disease. If a mask helps 1%, I'd wear a mask. I've been wearing a mask. I've been wearing a mask since March, and I'm going to continue wearing a mask probably a long time after this COVID's over. I don't trust the government to tell me that it's over. When I think it's over, I might quit wearing a mask. But right now, this kid's going to wear a mask. I'm going to wear a face shield. I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to stay social distance from people I don't know. That's for sure. A couple more things that's happened in my life since I seen you. In my car, we went to Manila the last of last month. Coming out of coming out, what is that road? Rose. Anyway, the boulevard that goes down through towards the Baywalk. We were on it, so stopped at a red light, and the truck just kept on coming, and he just sideswiped my car. And of course, he didn't want to pull over. I blew the horn, and he finally pulled over, and he got out. "Oh, it's your fault, you hit me." And I have it on dash cam, but what can I do? I'm an American in a foreign country, and we didn't have these traffic enforcer hotline phone number, which we do now. I hate to say it, but my wife said the thing. She says, "I don't know how the man could see. He was so cross-eyed." In other words, one eye was pointing the other way and the one pointing the other. And, luckily, all it did was put a little paint on the car. I took rubbing compound and rubbed it all out. So no harm. But, that's what I don't like about here. If I hit somebody or in an accident, it's going to be my fault until I prove it's not. And I got a webcam, a dash cam. I thought it was broke, so I went on Facebook and ordered one of those that they were advertising. And son of a bitch, and they sent it. It was nothing what they had ordered, nothing what they had advertised. So I got a hold of their customer service. "Oh, we'll get you a new one sent out at no charge." Still ain't seen it. It's been almost 3 weeks now. And now they blocked me on Facebook, so I can't even get any kind of information. So there was almost a little bit over $50 that I just give away. Probably some Chinese seller, because they won't talk to me. Over here, fellas, if you're going to do business, you got to be careful, very, very careful. It's best probably just go to a retailer here, pay the extra money. At least you can go back to him. Whether he does anything, who knows? I don't expect anybody going to do anything. Once you give them the money and walk out the door, in my opinion, you're screwed. If it tears up 10 seconds later, some of them fix it, some of them probably just stay tough. But everything else, my daughter, Angel, she's 16. She got a job delivering food. So proud of her. It's a local little store that sells chicken wings, and she don't get paid much, but her and another friend, they're doing it together. And that makes me feel a little bit safer that she's not walking around by herself and walking up to strange people's homes by herself. It's her and one of her friends, and she's been giving me like 50 to 100 pesos a day to hold for her. And yesterday she worked, which was New Year's Eve. She went in at 6 o'clock in the morning, got back home about 9:30. They give her 500 pesos for yesterday. which she's tickled. I mean, she's 16 years old, so she's tickled to death. First job. And, you know, she's up, she's sleeping right now. She knows what real life is now. But if I can just get the boy doing something, and the little one, she's only 8, so she's got a little bit to go. But I'd like to see Matt start doing something because he's got the game fever. Me and him's got, we are on the outs on this on these cell phones because he got his report cards, and the worst report card I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I never had nothing like that. He got all incompletes. One grade he got was below, let's just say it was below 50. And the teacher said his incompletes is because he's not turning in his homework. I mean, he's the only one doing online classes because here in the Philippines they have they pay half of his schooling, and if he doesn't go, he loses that benefit. And he's got several, you know, I think 4 more years of schooling, and the government pays about 12,000 pesos each year of his schooling. So, you know, we send him to the online class, but he took advantage of using his cell phone. Oh, I'm still working on Daddy, I'm still using it for school, still using it for school. And then when the grade cards come out, Daddy broke down on him. You know, he doesn't get to touch a cell phone until his grades come back up. And, you know, before Christmas vacation, he was in there doing all of his homework, because I'm checking on him now. I'm not letting him tell me he's done. I'm checking his work. The girls, they're still doing modem at public school, where we go pick up the homework, they do the homework, we take it back, the teacher grades it, and we pick up more homework. So it's working out that way. Now, how this is going to work out once school starts, I don't know. I think the kids are going to be behind a year. I think they should have just canceled school, but that's me. In America, my grandson has been doing in school face-to-face, and then a few in Tennessee where the cases really got going crazy, they went back to online school. But he said that soon they're going to go back to face-to-face 1 or 2 days and then online again. And the kids need this schooling. They need to get back to school face-to-face. The teachers give another adult in their life that can guide them the right way. The parents, as parents, we're not with them all the time. We don't see what they're doing at school. So the teachers are good to see what's really going on in life, good or bad, and if it's bad, they can tell us, because we have had teachers tell us things that the kids are doing, and we can correct them. But if we don't know, we don't know. But anyway, I've sort of slowed down on this vlogging, or whatever you call it. I still hadn't been getting a lot of subscribers. I get a few views, but you know, I'm just an old country boy. I'm not as articulated as a lot of these people. I talk funny. My life is not exciting like a lot of people. Our subdivision is just retired. We have a few retired foreigners, but you know, they're not doing no interviews. They're not interested in being on the internet. They just want to be here and live their life and left alone. But we're okay. We're okay. We're talking about maybe moving to the province. Oh, excuse me a second. We're talking about moving to the province to get away from some of this COVID crap. Not as many cases in the province. Get out of some of this damn traffic. I tell you what, people, every time I go out, it seems like I've got somebody trying to hit me, a motorcycle or a car. I went to the grocery store 2 days after Christmas, and I thought I was going to get beat up by two big old Filipinos. I mean, they stopped and trying to pull into a parking lot. Just stopped, sitting there. I blew the horn. Oh Lord, it's like I done something to his mother. I mean, he just went off crazy. I found a parking spot, and they stood in front of my car and just looked at me. Well, I give them the big old Tennessee evil eye. Come on, go boys, you want to rumble? We'll rumble. But you know, stupid for me to do it. I just sit in my car and waited on my wife to come, and we come back home. I prayed, asked God to forgive me if I'd done something bad. Because I don't know what I. Sometimes if you say something, somebody goes off. I don't know if it was my fault or their fault. Don't speak the language. I wished I did. I was learning the language, and then I lost my my computer software. So there went that. And my wife and everybody, they say, "Oh, here, it's easy. We can help you." Well, it isn't as easy. It's easy for them because they've been speaking it all their life. It's not easy for a dumb country boy that has to repeat it over and over and over and over. But anyway, things are going good. We've decided that this year we're going to try. Judith is a cooker. She is a very good cook, and she's wanting to cook food here at the house, like a little canteen, fix it up on her car park that people can come in and eat a little food, buy food, take to their home, or we'll deliver it. Then yesterday, that's what we did. She cooked food. She cooked over 500 pieces of puto. If you don't know what that is, check with your wife or your Filipino girlfriend. It's like a little Filipino cupcake, about that big around, about that tall, and it's not fried or nothing. It's steamed. She sold over 500 pieces of that. She sold sticky rice. She sold balloons that had 2021 on them. She's a worker. She worked from about 5:30 in the morning herself until about 8 o'clock before she got her last order out. But she had a pocket full of money this morning. But she worked. She earned every bit of it. I drove her around to deliver some of it and helped Angel deliver some of it because, these the subdivision is not that big, but yet walking all day long, wears them out. So I helped a little bit with the car, but I think we're going to put some of this stimulus relief money. If we get the 2,000. I'm probably going to take me a little vacation. I'm going to go scuba diving, and that might just be by myself or whatever. And if anything's left, we're probably going to buy a few cooking things for her. She needs some glass cases to store the food in, some of those chef pots and pans that she can put the food in. But it's not like America, people. You can buy things here so much cheaper because they make them, they'll deliver them. They service them. I mean, the biggest thing is, just getting started. And the little $600 stimulus check, I still ain't got mine. I got the check, the $1,200 check in April or May, whenever it happened. I expect I'm going to get another one. I pay taxes in America. I think I'm due it just as much as anybody else. I have a pension. I have to pay taxes on it, and I file a tax return. It's not big. I get back what I put in. They tax me, but that gives me just as much right to that stimulus check as anybody else. And I don't save it. I spend it. So maybe I don't spend it in the U.S., but a lot of times I send it to my kids or something like that sends my medicine or clothes or a little food here. Most of it gets spent back in America. My son's tried to send my medicine 3 times in the mail. They sent it back 3 times now. The Philippines will not allow medicine to be sent in. I don't know why, because I've been having my monthly maintenance medicine mailed by my son for the last 2 years, but all of a sudden with this COVID, they probably cut it off, thinking now it's going to get some kind of a miracle drug. And talking about COVID now, how is the vaccine doing where you're at? Here, I ain't heard nothing about it. The only person that I know that's got it was the security forces that protects President Durante, and that's a big hoodoo here because they think that he's getting being corrupt, getting his people vaccinated first, other than doctors and caregivers. Well, to me, the caregivers and the doctors should give it first. They've went through this, and if they haven't got the COVID, haven't died, they deserve to get it first. I'll be glad to take it when it comes. I don't think it's interfering with my freedom to take a vaccine. We took the polio vaccine back when I was a kid, and look, it got rid of polio. If we can get rid of this COVID flu virus, let's get rid of it. Let's sit down, talk with your family. I'm not going to take the Chinese vaccine. I want to take the Pfizer or the other one that's 95%. The Chinese vaccine is about 50 to 70% effective compared to 90, 95 of the other ones, and I want to take the American made, or the, whatever is 95% effective, that's what I want to take. It looks like it's going to cost us $100 a shot here. I got 5 people, that's $500. Then second shot, that's 5. It's going to cost us over $1,000 to be vaccinated. But if my children want to take it, I'm going to pay for it. And me being 68 years old, I think it's a good idea the whole family takes it. I do not want to catch that COVID. I do not want to be cremated here in the Philippines. I want to live a few more years. I think I've got a few more years left in me. And if God's willing, I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to watch my kids grow up and be happy with my wife and my life. Well, anyway, this is Tennessee Smokey in the Philippines. Been talking with you, chatting with you, and if you got any questions, please email me. It's rdreed2004@gmail.com, or make comments on the video, and I'll try to get back to you, because I don't know how it takes to get on that YouTube rhythm that they've got to get all the people and get all the videos sent out to the right places. But I tried, and I just thought, well, I'm just making videos and nobody's watching, nobody cares, which is okay. It's just something to kill the time, something to give out a little bit of information that if you want to use it, use it. If you don't want to use it, throw it in the trash. That's what I tell these people that make comments on comments I made in Facebook. I says, that's an open forum. You do not have to read my stuff. If you read it, keep it to yourself. Don't get nasty to me, because I'm a hillbilly. I get nasty back. But God's been good to us. We found another little church we've been going to. I disagreed with the pastor of church that we've been going to a couple of years. I'm just a good old Southern Baptist from Tennessee, and I've been in churches all my life, and just the way the man was running the church was not what I was happy with. And anyway, that's just life. I mean, we all have the right to choose where we want to go and who we want to give our money to, so I made that choice, and I stick with it. Anyway, God bless you. Have a happy New Year's. A happy 2021. Let's get this thing off going. Let's get rid of this COVID, and let's just make a good 2021. Hopefully it's going to be a lot better. We were talking this morning. December the 3rd, I went back to America to take care of some business. We had a typhoon. I had to sit at the airport. All the flights were canceled. It wasn't soon after that. In January, we had the volcano erupting at Teal up in Tagaytay. That closed everything down. Then in March, you had I got home. I got back in the Philippines a week before they shut the country down. The week before they stopped all international flights. So, I was really on a shoestring getting back into the country. Now, they still have a lot of restrictions on travel here. They have a lot of domestic travel, but you've got to have all your paperwork. Everything's got to be done right, or they'll turn you around. And right now, the only people that can fly into The Philippines that I know of is people with resident visas, married to a Filipino with children, and you still have to have all your paperwork done. There's, you have to provide. The thing to do is talk to the people that you buy your tickets from. They have more and the correct information. Or go to the Filipino immigration website. They'll give you so much. They have a place that you can ask questions. That's the best place to go. Not somebody here on this YouTube. You go find out from the correct people. Correct people in the airports. The people that's flying into here, they know, or they have to pay to send you back home if you don't meet all the requirements. So they're going to make sure that you meet the requirements if you fly in here. Now, with this super COVID thing that was happening in UK, they have banned 20 countries. They just put the United States on that list too because of the two cases that just happened. I guess one's in California, one's in Colorado, and they're trying to do the check, see how he got it, where he got it. Pfizer and them say that their vaccine will work with this, but we don't know. It's another strain. It's mutated, and I guess they were expecting this. But anyway, God bless you. If you want to talk to me, email me or message me. I'd be glad to talk with you. I sit around watch TV all day, so it gives me something to do. Maybe I won't need so much. God bless you and thank you. See you again. Happy New Year.